Hi ho, hi ho. It's off to where we go. Dum 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 dum. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Danny's Detours, where we talk about anything and everything life related, and consciousness is our canvas. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And I'm out about again, once again, with my two favourite compadres. I don't know where Paddy's gone, he's somewhere around there. Paddy! My two favourite compadres, Paddy and Willow. Let me just sort this thing out, there we go. Yeah, and we're just starting about again on the on my favourite place, out in nature. Yeah, guys, so like to say thank you so much for the love and support, as I always do, you know, because you know that I do really appreciate it. And yeah, like I say, the progress of the channel, slow and steady, but I'm noticing this that every single day, you know, we're getting new subscribers, new people commenting, and more people reaching out to me on social media, you know, and you know that really does show me and enable me that I am on the right path. And you know, because we're living in times now, guys, where a lot of people are uncertain and unsure of the future, and there's been a lot of fear getting indoctrinated into people's minds or into the me. This is why I always say, guys, right? Ignore the external, because if it doesn't serve you, and if it's not, you know, it's not enabling you to become the best version of yourself, block it out, guys. Throw it away in the trash, because at the end of the day, all that matters is what you think about yourself, what you say about yourself, and what you say you are, and what you already know you are, which is perfection, which is completion, which is eternal, infinite, boundless energy and abundance, and whatever that may be, guys, you know. So, but yeah, I'm just out and about with my two best little friends in the whole wide world, my two little doggies, Will Ferrell, because she's a wild feral beast, and Paddy the Baddy. But yeah, they're absolutely fantastic dogs, guys. But yeah, another thing that I wanted to have a bit of a discussion about today, guys, which is very important, and it's mind, body, and soul. You know, we hear that a lot, don't we, in the media, or there's people talking about it, saying, you know, mind, body, and soul. What does that really mean? And to me, obviously, you know, I believe that all these three different perspectives on which we have, which is the mind, which controls everything, you know, which obviously we have two parts of our mind, guys. We have the conscious, which is, you know, enables us to like go about our day-to-day activities, enables us to make decisions, you know, like say if we was driving a car or cooking a meal, whatever that may be, we are using our conscious mind. But our subconscious mind, that's the other side of our brain, the other part of our mind, which, to be fair, guys, that does dictate and directs us in which direction we are going in our lives. And the only way that we can change our subconscious, or we can redirect that, is by our thoughts and feelings, by what we are feeding it with on a daily basis. Like, are we getting up every morning? Are we showing gratitude? Are we showing love? You know, are you telling yourself every day what you are, who you are, what you already was when you first entered this world, which was Christ consciousness, which is infinite wealth, health, and abundance, or whatever that may be, you know? Obviously, you know, you look at the media these days, guys, and everything is so negative. You know, everything's designed for you not to win, and for everything to distract you and to become the lesser version of yourself, because they already know when we entered this world, this body, or whatever you may call it, we already was perfect. You know, we was complete. You know, because we come from the divine upstairs, from God. We was bred. You know, we was brought here from God. You know, as the infinite, you know, and there's literally nothing to worry about, guys. So, you know, once we learn that and once we understand these things, we can become the greatest version of ourselves. Here they are. Here's Willow. Willow, come here. Come here, girl. What's this? What have I got? Right, sit. Sit. Good girl. No, not you, Paddy. Right, you sit. Sit. Good boy, little cuties. Yeah, so that's the mind, guys. The body. Now, obviously the body is the vehicle in which, you know, we have the mind and the soul, which attaches, obviously, the mind, you know, which is the brain part. And, you know, we've got the body. And I feel as though, you know, it's so important that we look after our bodies. And how can we do this, guys? Well, we can do this by controlling our nutrition. We control this by our exercise. You know, one thing that you guys already know, and I'm going to be doing a lot more videos of this, is doing the cold water. And I'm going to be doing it like, I think I'm going to dedicate a day every week. I'm not too sure what day yet, guys, but maybe like say every Tuesday, Wednesday or something, where I do a river cold water session. And, you know, I invite, if anyone would like to come down and do that with me, by all means, reach out to me in the messages, and you can do. Or if you would like to, you know, you could even do it alongside me on the video in your cold shower as you're watching one of my videos. Either way, guys, you know, cold water therapy, dare I say it, but it actually saved my life, because obviously when I was in a very bad position, obviously, you know, I had problems in the past with cocaine and alcohol, you know, because I was running away from that version of myself. I was scared of I was scared of the fact that I wasn't, you know, of who I really was, and I was masking that out, or I was covering it up with these distractions. And when we take cocaine, guys, or alcohol, anything like that, what does it do to our brain? It releases dopamine, and dopamine, in which, you know, gives us a temporary quick hit. But we can look for alternatives, guys. You know, we don't have to look for these these you know, different alternatives. You know, we can look for, like, say, getting out in nature. You know, that releases dopamine. We can get out and exercise. You know, we can do hot saunas, which is very good for the circulation, as well as you know, our well-being and releasing the endorphins. Cold water. But going back to what I was saying, guys, me doing these cold waters, like doing the cold water showers, like there isn't a time now. Hello, Paddy. Oh, he wants a treat. Here's Paddy. Right, sit down. Sit. Good boy. We'll give one to Willow. There we go. But yeah, right, get down now. We're not having any more. Go on. Go and have a run. Go on. But yeah, doing these the cold water showers every morning, it just enables me to reset myself, you know. But not only reset myself, it just enables me to become centered once again to who I am and what I am. Because when you're in the water, guys, and it's cold, your mind is nowhere else other than just concentrating on trying to stay alive, or just focusing on your breathing, which just eradicates everything else in your mind, whether that be worries, whether that be fears, whether that be anxieties, and everything else just gets cleared away. Do you know what I mean? So hence why I do the cold waters, because obviously, yeah, I did have problems in the past with the drugs. I'm not scared to admit it, guys. You know, I did have these issues, but I can honestly say now, you know, God wanted me to go through these trials and tribulations, because, you know, hence why I look at it. Even when I'm type 1 diabetic as well, guys. You know, I could sit around and feel sorry for myself and say, you know, I could put myself into the ground. But the way I see it is, God has given me all these challenges to refine me. It's like when you look at like a piece of gold, yeah, the purest of forms of gold have to go through the hottest of most refinement processes, which is through fire. You know, sometimes that happens to us, guys, in life, doesn't it? Where we go through fire, so to speak, these challenges, these trials, these tribulations. But I believe that through going through these processes, it's not punishment. God is not punishing you. He's preparing you. He's preparing you for the greatest, most, you know, highest version of yourself that you're going to turn into and what you're going to become. So we always must remember these things, guys, and just let it be known that, you know, you already have everything inside you that is capable and able to do anything that you want in this life. So yeah, obviously that's the body, and obviously we've got the soul or the spirit, and that is where we come from, guys. We come from divinity. We come from the outer celestial, you know, you look at like they say the seven, you know, the solar system or the 7 planets or whatever you want to call it, and the outer one, which is the protector, which is Saturn, you know, which is ruled by a lot. You know, if you do, I'll not go too much into it, guys, but you know, if you look at it and you think to yourself, you know, what is, you know, what Saturn is and what it represents and everything else and stuff like that, then you will start to, you'll get a bit of a wider picture as to like why things happen in this world and who actually controls things. But that should never let it stop you or deter you from doing whatever you want to do in life, or being a positive influence, or going out and being a, you know, a shining light. Hence what I am doing, the things that I'm doing now. But you know, we come from the divinity, we come from the divine, which is God. You know, God created us, but we are fragmentations of God, guys. You know, we wasn't put here to be consumers. We wasn't put here to be slaves. We wasn't put here to be controlled. We was put here to create. We was brought here to live in abundance. And how we can do this, guys, is by being one together as community, you know, coming together and just being nice to each other, showing love, joy, and abundance. But not only that, just knowing that where we come from, and we are eternal beings, guys. We cannot die. We cannot die. We are eternal. Yes, these bodies that go and decompose. But what happens when a body dies and it decomposes, guys? You know, it goes into the grounds, and everything just, you know, everything just gets reborn again. Like, look, I always talk about the cycles where we've got spring, summer, autumn, winter. Winter, everything dies. But what happens in spring again, guys? Everything comes round, which shows eternal, which shows infinity. You know, why do you think the Chinese are so, you know, set on the number 8? Because if you look at the number 8, it's just like a constant river that's just going round. It's eternal. As are we, guys. As are we are connected to this whole universe, or whatever you want to call it. We are all connected in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I just like to give you a little bit of a my thoughts and feelings on just mind, body, and soul, and what it means to me, guys, and just to give you a little bit of a perspective on, you know, how things are, and just to let you know that, you know, you are not your job, you know, you are not that house, you are not that designer clothing, because all these things merely, guys, are external. They're not who we are internally. Are distractions to take our eyes off who we truly are, which is that we have the power within, and we can do anything as we see fit, however we say it and however we believe it. You know, just be positive and just let it know that you can manifest and bring anything into your lives. So yeah, I think we're going to leave the video at there, guys. But from me, Paddy and Willow, you know, thank you so much for the love and support. You know, the subscribers are rolling in now, guys, and it absolutely melts my heart. And this lets me know, enables me that I am on the right journey, the right path, and just giving you these videos and just letting, you know, just healing people and just letting people know that you already have the power and everything within to do anything in this life that you choose to and wish to do so. But yeah, don't forget to, you know, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All my links are in the description. There's also a link there to buy me a coffee. I'm not, you know, you don't have to buy me a coffee, guys, but if you would choose to do so, obviously that would be fantastic. And everything that, you know, that I do receive, I will be putting that towards the betterment and the progression of this channel, because, you know, I do have big plans for this channel, guys, and I'm going eventually, you know, we are going to start growing and start pushing it. But yeah, like I say always, thank you so much. And for me, Paddy and Willow, peace.